Yeah, so 18 teams are in the mix now. Only one team can be champions. So just kind of with that in mind, how do you gauge success in this tournament? How do you what would be satisfying for you?
Well, I think I said in every competition that we've played this year, I think in order to be champions, you have to put yourself in a position to win, to have the possibility to win, right? I think in the Open Cup, advancing every round, it put us closer and in a position to be one of the candidates to win the Open Cup. I think making the playoff put us in a position to be one of these 18 teams to be able to have the opportunity to win it. And right now, the only thinking for us is how we beat LFC in this best of three.
Okay.
And this will put us in the next step to try to fight it. I think thinking more and thinking on the last rounds, it doesn't help because we are too far away. That we have to overcome a lot of obstacles throughout these games that we're going to have against the LFC. And I think the important thing for us is to focus to get one step closer to the final game.
Okay. And then given what you've seen of Sun and Bawanga together, how do you stop them?
I mean, I think it's a collective effort. I think probably since they've been playing, I think they've scored or contribute with assist in every game that they play together. Then none team has stopped them yet. And this says a lot about the quality of these players. We feel confident on our talent, on our roster, and our players, but also a collective game plan that will allow us to do well. We know anytime you play against quality players that they can bring something out of nothing, and it doesn't matter how good your plan is. I always put example of Messi and Jordi Alba. Probably every team just train how to defend that combination throughout the whole time, and every game they have a chance or they score a goal throughout that combinations. For that reason, I think for us it's important that we focus on the collective. We focus on how we can deal collectively against them, but also how we can be better on the attacking third, in order that if they bring something out of nothing and they punish us, that we also can punish them.
Colby?
You've got a long way off. Do you like that, or would you rather have played earlier? And how do you handle such a long way off?
I mean, I think it's something that is still an issue for the league to solve. That is not easy. There is a lot of components throughout that. TV, there is field availability, because there is teams that share the field with NFL teams. There is teams that have other events or activities throughout the weekend. And, at the end of the day, is what it is. We just set up a plan. We're going to be ready for what is coming. I don't think also that LFC likes that. But if you ask probably the players and the coaches, they probably wanted to play earlier, because it's kind of like you lose a little bit of the momentum, or you lose a little bit of the side of the competition. But as I said, is what it is, and we adapt, and we'll be ready for that first game.
And I think you already answered this in Spanish, but Bucharest, do you expect everyone to be ready to go by the time next Wednesday comes around?
Yeah, Bucharest is training with the team. It was more precautionary the last game, and he will be if everything goes well, and he will be ready for the first game. And Diego, it will take to him more time. We're gonna go week by week with Diego.
And Parker? Yeah, kind of going off of Colby's question earlier, do you change anything in your preparation before playoffs, or is it business as usual?
Yeah, I mean, because we play Wednesday, we had to change our schedule. We won't change our schedule from match day -1, -2, -3, -4. We just lock that in as we usually do in any competition. But we change a little bit how to manage the workload with some fresh air, that the players don't feel like they've been training for 10 days and then they arrive to the game, they're exhausted. And this is why we gave some days off. We came back today, we train tomorrow, Friday we're gonna have an off day, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday we'll train. And we feel very comfortable about using those days for the preparation that it's gonna take for us.
And then this team hasn't been in playoffs in a while. You've not been in playoffs with this specific team. How much do you rely on older guys like Ilya or even Brandon, who won't be playing but have been in positions like this before?
Well, I think it's important. I think it's important that players that have had the experience on playing playoff bring that to the group, and also help the staff on preparing things. But I also believe a lot on the players that haven't had the experience but have that motivation, have that hungry to just to go for it. And I think also that combination is the one that it makes you a better fit for these playoffs.
Alex? Or sorry, Hernan.
Coach, Austin comes into this game as the underdog. Do you feel like that takes a little bit of pressure off of you? Do you think that your players are going to play with a little bit more freedom?
Well, I think when you arrive to the playoff, even though that there is teams that finish ahead of you in the table, they did better than you, and they can be the favorites also because of the investment and the quality of the players that they have in their rosters. For us, we took the Open Cup. It's an opportunity to just beat the other team that we have in front of us. And if these allow us to play with more freedom and to play better, we'll receive that in a good way, and then we'll use that against the opponents.
Also, Coach, you have some players that were there for the 2022 Western Conference Final. Has there been any conversation? Has some of those guys, maybe talked to some of the new guys like, hey, we have history versus this side, and, these teams aren't new, right? There's history. Has there been any talks?
No, and I think it's because also the format is different. It's not just a game. It's multiple games in this first round, and I think that is a little bit far away. Both franchise has changed a little bit. We have different experiences this year against LFC, and I think we have to build towards that experiences that we had against LFC this year.
A couple of names that have been mentioned so far, Ilya and Diego in particular, stick out to me that I wanted to ask you about, reflecting on this past season. Diego's been here a bit longer than just this season, but in the case of both of these MLS veterans who have so much experience in the playoffs, in the league, on a recent interview, we heard Diego say that his goal changed from going back to his boyhood club in Chile to staying with Austin, winning hardware with Austin. We've seen, I feel like, an interesting energy from both of these players in particular about what this club has come to mean to them in very short order. How crucial has the leadership that you've seen from Ilya and Diego been in a season that has had ups and downs, things like Brandon's injury that you couldn't have possibly predicted, but the kinds of adversity that you run into in a really crazy MLS season like this one?
Well, I think it's really important to have players like them in the locker room. I think if you go around the world and you see the locker rooms around the world, the best teams, they always have good leaders, with good mentality, good character, that they think on the team first, and then they help any teammate. They help the staff. They have the experience to in difficult situations have the calm and the poise to solve the situations inside the locker room and turn those moments into a good moments, and I think it's really, really important to have players like them. Also, not only because of that, if not the quality that they can bring to the team on the field.
And in reflecting on the season, of course, you've got the playoffs to concern yourself with. When you look at things that need to be worked on in the offseason, things that you reflect on in terms of what 2025 was like, how do you compartmentalize things that are part of the work that you do in preparing for playoffs and things that are longer term initiatives or things that you want to work on with your players, with your coaching staff, the overall project? Do you try to attack everything that you can, even if there are long-term training sorts of things that are going to take, things like a full preseason schedule with people to work on? Or do you specifically compartmentalize things into separate initiatives?
Well, I think as we are now focused into the playoff, that analysis it needs a deep one. Once everything finished, we'll have that deep analysis, and in order to establish the priorities that we need to focus on the preseason in order to get better. That one thing that for me it's really important, and I think we got that throughout the month of June, July, and August, and half of September, is the consistency of performing from the team. I think before the game against Minnesota in the Open Cup, and then until this last game against San Jose, we hasn't been as consistent as we were in the summer. In May, we weren't consistent enough also. Then I think there is a good learning experience for that in order that we could achieve a better position than the one that we are right now. Although we are happy on making the playoff because the club was looking for that for a long time. We know as a staff and the players that we miss some opportunities to get higher on the table, and I think it's something that we can push this team more throughout the off season and throughout the preseason to learn about those moments that we didn't do as well, and learn from their experiences and have a more consistent season than the one that we had. Although that we achieved the playoff, that it's really important for everyone, the fans, the players, the club. But we want to be ambitious and we want to push ourselves, and it's about putting ourselves in positions that allow us to do better, in the off season. But we had to also play with that situation on playing Open Cup, and it's something that we feel good about the run that we had. We are not completely happy because we didn't win the trophy, but we need to learn how to manage these consecutive games in order that we can be more consistent and get more out of those games.
Juan?
What does it do for your squad to go into this series knowing that LAFC has yet to get the better of you this year? 2 consecutive wins against this team. Is it pressure or is it confidence?
Well, I think because it's LAFC, we always gonna look them as a really good team, and then we are not look that we won both games. If not, there is a lot of work to do in order to beat them, and I think this is the positive side to play against a team like LFC, that we are not gonna look like that. We already play 2 good games against them and got good results that will help us to pass to the next round. If not, that they are a really good team. They're a team built to win trophies, and is the team that is in front of us. and it's a team that we know if we do well, we can beat them.
Colby, we'll come back to you.
Owen's kind of turned into your best field player this year. What did you see out of him, and then what do you want to see out of him in the playoffs?
Well, I think for Owen, if we just talk about the regular season and the Open Cup, I think he has grown in the right direction, in a direction that we expected when when I arrived to the club, and the people that were in the club before of me, that he had that potential. But we want not to think about that the season has end for him. If not, like there is now a playoff, and if we want to see a big progression of him, the playoff is the best scenario to show you up to everyone. Everyone is looking at you. Everyone is focused on those games, and you play against the best, and the teams play at the highest level. Then if you are able to shine in those moments, you will confirm as one of the top players of this league.